We've done something that I don't think anyone has ever done in real estate history. We have spent the last few months aggregating all of the best creators. I mean, well over 500 creators on Instagram. We're now analyzing well over 12,000 unique real estate related posts just in the last 12 months. What we've been able to do is extract some really interesting insights. So you're looking at Esther's account. Esther has less than 2,000 followers. This video here, 1,100 plus likes, 147 comments. This video has over 12,000 views. She's not in the video. She's not talking over the video. And this is mind-blowing. What you notice is this listing got 54 leads.
Which a lot of people are immediately going to say, oh my goodness, you don't understand. I don't have enough people following me. It is not about how many people are following you. The real action is in the people outside of the people that are following you. So my question for you is, what do you think is causing this to go so viral?
Well, there's a few things. Number one, we've done something that I don't think anyone has ever done in real estate history, which is we have spent the last few months aggregating all of the best creators. I mean, well over 500 creators on Instagram right now. And to give the audience some context, we're now analyzing well over 12,000 unique real estate related posts just in the last 12 months. So what we've been able to do is extract some really interesting insights. So if you are new to Instagram, if you're struggling to grow your channel, if you're not getting any leads from Instagram, I think by the end of today's show, you're going to have not only the examples and the strategies, but a very clear blueprint on how to make this a big lead pillar for your business in 2025. What content does your audience crave that you are uniquely positioned to create that benefits your business goals? And if you think about those three sort of circles, where they overlap is sort of where you have to focus your energy and effort. What do they crave? What are you uniquely positioned to create? And does it help your business goals? And so these smaller accounts, they experiment a ton to figure out what their audience resonates with. And then they figure out, okay, what hits based on the customer feedback. And then they start to only produce that type of content. So you're looking at Esther's account. Esther has less than 2,000 followers. But you'll notice as I start to scroll down and look at some of the videos she's producing, you start to see a pattern emerge here. And I'm going to grab an example of one. This video here, Tom, let's look at the data here. 1,100 plus likes, 147 comments. This video, again, 2,000 followers. This video has over 12,000 views. Now, when I click on the video, you'll see, and you won't be able to hear the audio because there is just a song playing in the background. She's not in the video. She's not talking over the video. It's just a literal, almost like the old virtual tour. Like here's a kitchen, here's a living room, here's a dining room. Yes. And what you'll notice is, and this is mind blowing, what you notice is this listing got 54 leads from 54 text opt-in leads. And if you're paying close attention, you'll see at the very top of her caption, bingo, the very first line she uses, text 8DLT at her phone number for more info in a private tour. And Tom, this is the part that to me, I think everyone who's watching should pay attention to. Notice what she does. Marketed by Esther, listing courtesy of Jason. So she's taking other agents' listings. And she's saying, hey, would you mind if I promote your listing on Instagram? She's creating the asset and then she's posting it. So the big Zen takeaway here, Tom, and I want to get your reaction to this, is number one, if you don't have listings, a part of your strategy should be going out there, finding listing agents who want to get more exposure for their home. Number two, you don't have to have you don't have to be in the videos. You don't have to add any type of overlay in terms of the audio. You have to include some type of CTA at the top of the caption. And so she's getting hundreds of leads from her Instagram channel, Tom, using this exact tactic. And you can see when I go back to her channel here, you see that she's just doing it over and over and over and over again. So my first bit of advice here for everyone who's tuning in is that you can generate a lot of listings off of Instagram. You just got to do it the right way.
Yes. So what I love about this is A couple things. First, the fact that she has very few followers, which a lot of people are immediately going to say, oh my goodness, you don't understand. I don't have enough people following me. It is not about how many people are following you. The real action is in the people outside of the people that are following you. So my question for you is, why do you think that video is getting so much traction? What is it? Is it the trending music? Is it the fact that because she's saying, text me this, the algorithm is picking up on how many people are now, commenting on it? Do you think it's the number of shares? What do you think is causing this to go so viral?
Well, there's a few things. Number one, reels are known for being the best way to reach people outside of your current network. So if you have a small account, meaning you don't have that many followers, if you're producing just stories or just posts, chances are the vast majority of your content is only going to reach the people who are already connected to you. Reels are inherently showing up in the Explore page. They're inherently being recommended after you watch additional videos. So the fact that she's choosing a reel is very deliberate, and it's resulting in more exposure beyond her audience. The second thing is, you'll notice in that video that we shared, it's a nice house, and I'm sure it's priced well. And I think this is an important lesson for everyone who's listening. There are lots of listing agents today who don't invest in marketing, but are completely fine with another agent promoting their home. And I think this should be a go-to strategy for all the buyers agents who are watching, or all the would-be aspiring listing agents, is that you're going to get a lot of no's from a lot of listing agents, but you're going to get a lot of yeses as well. And for the ones who aren't technically savvy, who don't have a social media following, who aren't promoting their business online, I would be going after their listings. Right now, Tommy, you and I both know you've been screaming from the rooftops for probably 15 years at this point. Get on video, get on video, get on video. And the number one objection we would hear is, I don't like the way I look. I don't have time. I don't like the way I sound. All of those excuses are no longer legitimate in 2025. Because as an example, what I'm going to pull up here and show you is our buddy Ken Pozak, who I think is obviously one of the better creators. He has pivoted hard towards creating content. And we're looking at an example of a video he produced that's getting lots of traction about a new traffic pattern in Orlando. This video was written, the script was written by ChatGPT, and the audio that's being used in this video was created through 11 Labs. There was no human being involved in producing this video other than the video editor. So what I'm noticing, Tom, and this is a big trend, videos get attention, and videos can create an opportunity to build a following, which then can allow you to generate leads off of your listing or leads off your content. So what you're seeing is people are using ChatGPT for the scripting. They're using 11 Labs for audio. They're using HeyGen for their own avatar, and they're producing these videos without ever having to get in front of a camera. So you and I and Jason Pantana have been kind of flirting with this concept a lot in 2024. I think 2025 is going to be the year of like humanless videos, where we just don't that you can just outsource this to your admin or someone on your team just to do all of this for you. So it's a big trend that we're seeing right now. Smart creators are jumping on this trend, and I think we're going to continue to see this grow.
That is a brilliant strategy that the average real estate agent wouldn't be talking about.
This is one that you and I love this creator. You and I both recommend people follow this creator.
Yes.
And you and I have sort of seen this person really evolve their content strategy to do things just differently. And so this person is kind of like unlike anyone I follow on social media. Her name is Vanessa Riley with Domo Realty.
I'm just so happy you said Domo and Vanessa, because I was like, if it's not Vanessa, I'm going to fly to Boston and punch you.
And look, and what I love about Vanessa is many of us, this is a big lesson for everybody. Many of us, when we are, let's say the first half of the show, we've talked about launching your listings and using text codes and developing a style like Sam and being really creative, like using ASMR. But very few of us put that same energy and effort that we do in launching a listing that we do into showing the sweat when we sell it.
Bingo.
And so what Domo Realty is really starting to do now, and I've seen this a couple examples of this, she's taking the listing that she sold and she's telling a story behind how she sold it for $132,000 above this estimate. And she gives all the data, all the examples, all the stories, and you could just see This is a great example of highlighting your unique selling proposition. So my advice for everyone watching, I want to get your reaction here, Tom, but my advice is the same level of energy and effort you put into launching the listing, apply that at the end of the process when you sell the home. Make that an SOP in 25 if you want to get more seller leads from Instagram.
Well, you've heard me say countless times, I believe that the single worst marketing you can do is to send out a postcard that said, sold in 3 days with 11 offers for $35,000 above asking. Literally that statement, you don't tell me what you did, how long ago you met this client, how long you've been nurturing, how many times you went over to their home, what recommendations did you make? Were you there when it was painted? Were you there to decide on staging? Were you there to declutter the property? See, the mistake is if you make it look easy when you know it isn't, consumers devalue you. What Vanessa does, and so many of our clients, Jimmy, do this so well, is they show the sweat. They show the work. I think some of the best videos, and I know, Vanessa, I'm sure has done this and so many others have, is before and after. Before I listed the property, let me show you what it looked like. Then I brought in my stager, I brought in my designer, I brought in this, and we and we did this and 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 this, and it took this much time. And while that was happening, I started to carefully curate who I felt was the ideal buyer, looking at and they tell this elongated story of the work, the sweat equity you put in, and then the result. Right? You got to take me through the pregnancy. Don't just say, here's the baby, right? I think that's a huge mistake. And Vanessa in that video was an excellent example of showing all the work that you're doing to get the property sold. Too many agents, the perception is consumers think what you do is easy. And you and I both know it is very complicated. And you don't just take a listing and it sells in 2 seconds. Most of these people you met 18 months ago, 9 months ago, maybe 7 years ago, tell that story, it's way more effective.
Yeah, and I think for everyone you just absolutely spot on there, Tom, in terms of just showing the sweat. And I think the really big lesson for everyone who's going to watch this video, maybe in December or January, maybe even 6 or 12 months from now, the big challenge we have is a lot of this feels very daunting and overwhelming. And I think people are afraid to get started with Instagram. And what we see to be really effective using this channel is that we should take our fear and turn it into an excitement, because there is no better channel to acquire customers on the cheap than Instagram. Hard stop. It's used by 166 million Americans right now, and probably most of Canada as well. The average consumer is spending at least 45 minutes a day on this platform. 70% of US adults use this platform, and that is growing, right? And that is increasing. And you and I both know if you want to build a sustainable business in this industry, you have to keep your customer acquisition costs as low as you possibly can. I mean, that is the ball game there. And just to put this in perspective, Tom, as we begin to wrap here, is that ask yourself this question, and this is going to help you sort of shape your strategy. When is the last time you bought a product from a brand you didn't know? And when it comes to impulse purchases, sure. But when it comes to considered purchases, you only buy from people that you actually know, or brands that you actually follow. And so we live in an attention economy. You've got to get your face, your name, your brand out there in front of people. Otherwise, they're just going to choose the other agent who does. So I think that fear around Instagram should be excitement. And I think we should look at this as an opportunity. And by the way, Tom, it doesn't make a difference if you're listening right now, you got 500 followers. We've seen how quickly and how effectively some of these creators can generate business with small followings, and how quickly they can actually grow their followings as well.
Hey, if you need more marketing support, emails, texts, direct mail samples, check out listingleads.com. That's listingleads.com for all the marketing you need, plus fresh drops every single month to give you more stuff to go generate more listings.